General Melton will be here at any moment. When he arrives, leave the talking to me, all right? I like to keep an informal trench, as you know, but today you must only speak with my express permission. Is that clear? Is that clear? Permission to speak.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
absolutely. Attention! Duck out! Attention!
Excellent. At ease. Now then, Blackadder, where would you like me to sit? I thought just a simple trim of the moustache today, nothing drastic.
No, sir. We hear about the paintings.
Oh, yes, of course. Good Lord, George! How are you, my boy? I said, how are you?
Permission to speak.
Oh, no, absolutely top holes are with a yin and a yang and a yippity-doo.
Splendid! And your Uncle Bertie sends his regards. I told them you could have a week off in April. Don't want you missing the boat race, do we?
Permission to speak,
Oh, certainly not. Permission to sing boisterously, sir.
if you must.
Row, row, row your punt gently down the stream. Belts off, trousers down, isn't life a scream?
Fabulous. University education. You can't beat it.
Bravo! Now, what have we here? Name?
Permission to speak.
Baldrick, sir.
Oh, tally-ho, yippity-dap and zing-zang spillit. Looking forward to bullying off for the final chucker?
Permission to speak. Answer the General, Baldrick.
I can't answer him, sir. I don't know what he's talking about.
Are you looking forward to the big push?
No, sir, I'm absolutely terrified.
The healthy humour of the honest Tommy. Don't worry, my boy. If you should falter, remember that Captain Darling and I are behind you.
About 35 miles behind.
Crazy weekend just passed, sir. May I inquire as to whether Sir was in receipt of an enjoyableness, or did events prove themselves to be of an otherwise nature?
No, very pleasant, thank you.
Very pleasant. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Then, might I take it, sir, that for that period you were not within the boundaries of Lincolnshire, where I understand it rained like a bitch?
No, I was nowhere near Lincolnshire.
Sir, I am uplifted to hear something.
No, my wife and I spent the weekend in Hull.
Sir is married?
Yes.
I had literally no idea.
Never mind.
Sir, my remissness in failing to felicitate Sir upon the joyousness in good tidings is something I fear I shall have to live with for the rest of my life. Now, to business. Being one of the shrewdest sirs who has ever swum into my purview, may I take it that Sir is keen to exploit the financial and social advantages inherent in having a haircut?
A haircut, that's right, yes.
Of course, a haircut is a hair enhanced, if Sir will entirely fail to slash my throatlet for being so old. Now, Sir, the hair in question is?
What?
The hair currently under advisement belongs to?
What do you mean?
What do I mean?
Yes.
Sir, I sneak myself towards the suspicion that Sir has cast me as the mouse in his ever-popular cat drama.
It's my hair. I want you to cut my hair.
Your hair?
Yes.
So your own hair is the hair upon which this entire transaction is to be founded.
Why would I come in here to get you to cut someone else's hair?
Sir, please set fire to my legs if you think I'm trying to make hair-cutting sound more romantic and glamorous than it really is. But believe me when I tell you that in my position, one cannot be too careful.
Really?
Yes, indeed, sir. Once, and once only, have I had to cut the hair of a gentleman against his will. And believe me when I tell you that it was both difficult and impossible.
No, well, it's my hair.
Your hair.
Yes.
Now, sir, we proceed to that most important of stages. Which one?
Which one what?
Which of the manifold hairs upon Sir's crisp and twinkling headage would Sir like to place in my professional care for the purposes of securing an encampment?
Well, all of them.
All of them?
Yes.
Sir is entirely sure?
Well, of course I'm sure. What's the matter with you?
Sir, I seek not to question the profoundness of Sir's wonder, merely to express my own humbleness at the prospect of so magnificent a charge.
No. Well, all of them.
All of them?
Yes.
All of them?
Yes.
My word.
Is that a problem?
Oh, no, indeed, sir. No, indeed, sir. Not a problem, sir. So far from being a problem, sir, as you would not believe. I merely hope that sir can take time off from what I know is a very hectic schedule to appreciate that for me to cut all the hairs on sir's head represents the snow-capped summit of a barber's career.
Well, you've done it before, haven't you?
Oh, yes, indeed, sir. Yes, I once cut all the hairs on a gentleman's head in Cairo shortly after the war, when the world was in uproar and to a young man everything seemed possible.
What?
It would be bootless to deny that I was a younger and better-looking barber then, but let's hope that the magic has not entirely disappeared up its own rabbit hole. We shall see. We shall see.
Wait a minute, wait one cotton-picking minute here. You've cut someone's hair, all of it that is, once since the war?
Sir would prefer it if in the sphere of total haircutation I was to him a virgin?
Beg your pardon?
Yes, that I can respect.
What?
The desire that we should both of us embark upon this journey together as innocents, as wide-eyed travellers to a distant land, unknowing of our fate, careless of our destination, to emerge someday, somewhere, bruised, sad, a little wiser perhaps, but ultimately and joyously alive.
Goodbye.
How do I look, darling?
Girl bait, sir. Pure bloody girl bait.
Moustache? Bushy enough?
Like a privet hedge, sir.
Good, because I want to catch a particularly beautiful creature in this bush tonight.
I'm sure you'll be combing women out of your moustache for weeks, sir.
God, it's a spankingly beautiful world, and tonight's my night. I know exactly what I'll say to her. Darling.
Yes, sir? I don't know, sir.
Well, then butt in. I want to make you happy, darling.
Well, that's very kind of you, sir.
Will you kindly stop interrupting? If you don't listen, how can you tell me what you think? I want to make you happy, darling. I want to build a nest for your 10 tiny toes. I want to cover every inch of your gorgeous body in pepper and then sneeze all over you.
Really, sir? I must protest.
What is the matter with you, darling?
Well, it's just all so sudden, sir. I mean, the nest bit's fine, but the pepper business is definitely out.
How dare you tell me how I may or may not treat my beloved Georgina?
Georgina?
Yes, I'm working out what I want to say to her this evening.
Oh, yes. Of course. My God.
All right?
Yes, sir. Listening, sir.
Honestly, darling, you really are the most graceless, dim-witted bumpkin I ever met.
I don't think you should say that to us.
Another one, please, Bobbin.
You sure?
What?
No offence, but this will be a seventh.
You just keep him coming.
Righto. Your funeral.
Bitch.
Come again?
My wife.
Oh, right.
She doesn't understand me. She's never understood me.
What, Polish or something, is she?
You ever been trapped in a loveless marriage with a woman you despised?
Phew, not since I was 9. Do you like it straight up?
What?
Or with ice?
Ice.
Righto. Cocktail onion?
No, thanks. She takes no interest in my friends, you know. She laughs at my
Peanuts?
hobbies. She doesn't even value my
Crinkle-cut cheesy what's it?
career. You know, it's just so depressing. All right, so other men have got larger
Plums?
salaries and better prospects, and other men can boast a healthier-looking
Stool?
lifestyle. All right, you know, so I haven't got loads of cash hanging around. You know, but why complain? Other people are worse off. I've got a job. I've got 2 sweet, rosy
Nibbles?
children. She's always going on and on and on about my appearance. I mean, it's not as if she's an oil painting. You know, I mean, frankly, she's
Plain and prawn-flavoured.
she's not as young as she used to be herself. I don't know why I bother with women. I'd be better off being a
Fruit?
monk or a hermit or something. At least if I was a
Fag?
At least if I was a monk, you know, I wouldn't have to put up with women, you know, women going on and on who can talk the hind leg off a
Camel?
donkey. You know, the trouble is I couldn't live without women. Here in a monastery, the best you can hope for is a bit of
Chocolate hobnob.
peace and spirituality. And let's face it, we haven't slept together for years. You know, the best I can hope for is a bit of...
Savoury finger.
a bit of a cuddle at Christmas. And naturally, she won't let me give her so much as a...
Good juicy tongue in the back passage.
Just a peck on the cheek. I tell you, the trouble with that woman is that she's just a...
Rather disgusting-looking tart that should have been disposed of ages ago.
I tell you what it is, she's a complainer. That's what she is. Complainer. Well, one more for the road, I think, barman.
Certainly. Anything to go with it?
Bag of oral sex, if you've got one. Good morning.
I beg your pardon.
I said good morning.
At last!
I'm sorry?
After all these years! What? Welcome, comrade, welcome. Sit down, rest your weary elbows. You'll take a glass of vodka. Mr. Dalliard, break out the false passports and the rabbit skin hats. We are going to Moscow. What news? Comrade Stalin in rude health, I trust?
Wait a minute. All I said was good morning.
Precisely. The code. It is now 27 summers since Comrade Malensky stood slightly to the left of where you are now and told me that one day a man would come into this shop and give notice of his allegiance with the phrase, good morning. And that on hearing those words, Mr. Dalliard and I were to detonate our relatives and fly to Dover.
Fly to Dover?
Where a man named Smith would see us safely onto a goods train delivering livestock to Minsk.
No, wait a minute. When I said good morning, all I meant was, you know, good morning.
Oh.
That's all I meant.
Ah. Oh, well, in that case, please accept my green felt apologies.
That's all right. I just came in here to buy a model.
A model?
Yes.
A model?
Yes.
A model?
Yes.
A model?
Yes, that's right. I want to buy a model.
With or without plastic struts?
Well, I don't know. I just thought maybe a model aeroplane.
Let me ask a different question in the same way. Who is this aeroplane for?
It's for my son. It's his birthday.
Your son?
Yes.
Just your son?
Yes.
And when is this birthday of his?
Wednesday.
Yes, that's what I said. When's the day?
No, Wednesday.
Are you stupid or just plain deaf?
Wednesday.
Oh, you are genuinely stupid. I do apologise. Sorry, I thought you were just being deaf. Mr. Dalliard, command the earth to swallow me up. I do apologise, sir. Life must be hard enough for stupid people without tactless old bastards like that lady over there rubbing it into your face with salt widely. Mr. Dalliard, I've gone peculiar now. So, in plain flavoured English, when is your son's birthday?
The day after Tuesday.
The day after... My word, doctors are so specific these days, aren't they? And are you expecting this boy to be a boy or a girl?
No, it's my son. He's 9. This is going to be his 10th birthday.
His 10th? Oh, sir, I fear you're spoiling him. I was only ever allowed one. On my birthday, usually. Still, I dare say you know your own business best. Just don't come bleating to Mr. Dalliard and me if this son of yours turns out to be one of those drug jockeys we're always reading about on television. A glass of water?
No, thank you.
A cup of water?
No.
A plate of water, then?
No, thank you. I just want a model aeroplane.
A model aeroplane of water?
No. I don't want any water. Forget the water. I just want to buy a model aeroplane. I thought perhaps the Messerschmitt 109E in the window.
The Messerschmitt 109E in the window.
That's right.
Fizzy or still? What? That doesn't count. I had my hand on my head. Just ignore anything I say when my hand is on my head. So, the Messerschmitt 109E.
Yes, and I suppose some glue.
Some glue? Then your son is already a drug jockey. Mr. Dalliard and I warned you on bended legs, but would you listen? Now look at him. Hey-ho.
What's this?
A Messerschmitt 109E and a fix for that degenerate junkie son of yours.
But he's already done.
Sir?
Well, the model's ready assembled.
Well, you can't expect us to do all the work ourselves, sir. The whole joy of modelling lies in carefully scraping off the paint, soaking off the transfers, taking the plane apart piece by piece, putting each piece into a small polythene bag, which is then sealed and placed inside the box. An achievement, something to be proud of. Rare words indeed in these days of supersonic hedgehog brothers and ready-sliced golf shots.
That's it. Just forget it. Forget it. I'll try somewhere else.
Mr. Deliard has a gun trained on you through the curtain, sir. At a single word from me, he will blow your head clean off with as much mercy as if you were a helpless seal pup called Arnold.
What?
I'm so sorry we couldn't help you, sir. We do try to accommodate our customers, but not being a hotel, we find it almost impossible.
Right, well, all I can say is this has not been a very good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Deliard! Mr. Deliard, you've been activated after all these years.
So, any news of the spy, Blackadder?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. The Germans seem to know every move we make. I had a letter from Jerry yesterday. It said, "Isn't it about time you changed your shirts, walrus face?" So, do you have any ideas who it might be, young lady?
Well, sir, I'm only a humbled nurse, but I did at one point think it might be Captain Darling.
Well, bugger me with a fish fork. Oh, darling, a Jerry Morse tapper? What nurse made you suspect him?
Well, sir, he pooh-poohed the captain here and said he'd never find the spy.
Is this true, Blackadder? Did Captain Darling poo-poo you?
Well, perhaps a little.
Well, then, damn it all, what more evidence do you need? The poo-pooing alone is a court-martial offence.
I can assure you, sir, that the poo-pooing was purely circumstantial.
Well, I hope so, Blackadder. You know, if there's one thing I've learned from being in the army, it's never ignore a poo-poo. I knew a major got poo-pooed, made the mistake of ignoring the poo-poo. He poo-pooed it. Fatal error. Because it turned out all along that the soldier who'd poo-pooed him had been poo-pooing a lot of other officers who'd poo-pooed their poo-poos. In the end, we had to disband the regiment. Morale totally destroyed by poo-poo.
What you got in there?
I'm sorry?
What you got in there, I wonder?
A cat.
You've got a mog in there, have you? Got a kitty puss? Lovely. This is Clover, my Daxie. I've always had Daxies. I like smooth-coated Daxies best.
Really? Is that right?
So, what sort of mogwog is your kitty puss? Hmm? Is it, Tabbles or a tom-tom or what?
Burmese.
Ah, Burmy. I love a Burmy. Is it a girl or a boy, Burmy?
Oh, Christ. It's male.
Hello, Mr. Burmy. What's your name, then?
Yes, you can't speak, actually.
Ah, but they can understand every word you say, can't they?
Not much evidence for that.
My first Daxie, my first ever Daxie, was called Scully. I named him after Hugh Scully, who presents the Antiques Roadshow. I love that programme, don't you?
Pervertedly?
Do you know what I do of a Sunday? Every day after we've had our walk, because Clover and I always go walkums of a Sunday. Well, you know, just Clover and me, and of course my little pooper scooper. Because that nasty Parky man doesn't like to see Poochie poop on his best grass, does he? No, so...
Oh, Christ.
And of course I don't like to see Poochie poop on my best carpet, and if I do, Clover knows she can expect a visit from the smack fairy. So we come back, and I make myself a cheese and tomato toasty.
A what? A cheese and what?
Tomato. Tomato. Tomato.
Tomato.
Tomato. Tomato.
Don't say it again.
I make myself a cheese and tomato toasty, sometimes two toasties, and an old muggles of tea, and I just snudge it down in front of the television, and I watch the roadshow. I love my Sunday afternoonies.
Jesus, God help.
And of course, if it isn't the roadshow, it might be that animal programme with Desmond.
Desmond Morris.
Ah, yes, but we call him Desmond in our household, because he's like a friend, he's like an old chum, is Desmond. Or we might watch MasterChef with Lloydie, or The Closey Show with Jeff Banksy Wanksy. We love our Sunday afters, don't we, Clover? So, what's wrong with Mr. Burmy?
What?
Mr. Burmy, why has he come in to see Vetty Lou? Has he got a poorly tums?
Did you just say Vetty Lou?
Sore throaty? What's the matter with Mr. Burmy?
I brought him in to be killed.
Excuse you?
He's got cancer of the liver. I brought him in to be put to death.
cancer?
Yes.
Cancer of the liver?
Yes.
Cancy wancy? Oh. You got cancy diddlies then, have you, Mr. Burnley? You're going to be put to deathes, are you? Is your little heart going to be made to stoppy wop wop? Are they going to go killy chum chums? Are they going to put your coldy woldy body wad in the grandy wound, are they? Hey? Clover?
Yeah? What can I do for you? I'd like to have this man put down, please.
Britain has the finest trade, the finest armies, the finest navies in the world. And what do we have for royalty? A mad kraut sausage sucker and a son who can't keep his own sausage to himself. The sooner you're dead, the better.
You're very kind.
Now, you're no doubt anxious to catch up with the latest news of the war. I have here the most recent briefs from my general in the field.
Yes, well, if you could just pop them in the laundry basket on the way out. Tea?
Yes, immediately. Now, let's turn to the second front, my lord.
Ah, yes. Now, as I understand it, Napoleon is in North Africa, and Nelson is stationed in...
Alaska, your highness. In case Boney should try and trick us by coming via the North Pole.
Yes, perhaps a preferable stratagem, Your Grace, might be to harry him amidships as he leaves the Mediterranean. Trafalgar might be quite a good...
Trafalgar? Well, I'll mention it to Nelson. I must say I'm beginning to regret the necessity of killing you, Your Highness. I'd been told by everybody that the Prince was a confounded moron.
No.
Oh, Helen Buckshot, here's that tiresome servant of yours again.
Oh, budge up, budge up.
How dare you sit, sir, in the presence of your betters? Get up!
Oh, cripes, yes, I forgot.
You speak when you're spoken to! Unless you'd rather be flayed across a gun carriage? Well...
Sir, I fear you have been too long a soldier. We no longer treat servants that way in London society.
Why, I hardly touched the man.
I think you hit him very hard.
Nonsense! That would have been a hard hit. I just hit him like that.
No, sir. A soft hit would be like this. Whereas you hit him like this.
I wonder if I might be excused, Your Highness, Your Highness.
Yes, certainly. I'm sorry about that, sir, but one has to keep up the pretense.
I don't quite understand. You carry on the good work.
Very well, sir.
Hang on! This is bloody coffee. I ordered tea. Confounded fool, aren't you? I heard everywhere that the Prince was the imbecile, whereas his servant Blackadder was respected about the town. Now that I discover the truth, I'm disposed to beat you to death. Tea!